Okay. Now, Leaf in chat mentioned that they believe that with gathering, a person's gathering ability is halved outside of the town. Now, I'm not sure about that. For example, here, Isda's got a gathering strength of 7, which... The way the gathering works is you'll notice that there's one large portrait and then 4 smaller portraits with the word helpers above them. The first person, or rather, the best gatherer is always put in the primary role of gathering from that resource. And it's the same for crafting. They will contribute 10 times their gathering or crafting ability to the job. Mm-hmm. Anyone else is considered a helper and only contributes half of their gathering or crafting ability to the job, but you can have 4 of them helping. So, for example, Isdar in the village is gathering at the predicted 70 strength because he's got a gathering ability of 7. And in the expedition, if I just move them around, Airedale with a gathering strength of 5 is gathering at 50, which is the expected. So, just being in an expedition doesn't half their gathering ability. However, if they run out of fuel, they will get half of that. So it's always important to have wood there. Wood does not affect losing any health or anything like that. It does mean that you can't heal. They won't naturally heal in the town or out and about in an expedition if they don't have any fuel. If they don't have any food, they'll die eventually. But if they don't have fuel, they'll gather or craft at half speed.
That's what I've just done. I've sent my expedition. They had no food, so I got a little warning. So I sent them back to the village and made them pick up some of the food that I've been crafting.
No, Leafin, it isn't the difficulty setting. I'm fairly certain that is... I mean, in terms of the expedition versus your colony... There are difficulty settings which will increase the amount of effort required to gather or craft, but it could be that you've just run out of fuel. But it would be interesting if you could check that out, because it would be useful information for us to have.
Yeah, it would be handy.
Right, I'm done with gathering there. Vacus has 26 turns, and I've only got 3 turns with the dudes. So I'm going to head my way back to Vacus, drop off the exotic fruit, and pick up the bread. Okay, I've got an event. It's time for the Night of the Goat, a feast in honor and reverence of the ancestors and forefathers, the so-called Zodi, or Ziodi rather. You have done us proud, grandchildren. Now we shall cleanse you of any curses you carry. And if your souls are ever burdened by the filth of dark magic, come to a city we once called home. Seek us out, and if you prove yourselves worthy, you may be cleansed once more.
Ooh.
The Ziodi all nod in agreement, then disappear. And Isdar has gained a permanent bonus of 2 folklore. Hooray! Wonderful! If we are ever cursed, we shall seek out this city. There we are. Now, that's like a guaranteed event in a single-player game. In multiplayer, it just happened to happen to me. Sheelab won't have seen that, but I believe if Sheelab checks
my
logbook, she will actually have the ZOD quest in there.
It's not in there.
I believe it isn't in there.
No.
Do you see the ZOD on the map at all?
Yes, I do. I'll check it next turn. It might take a turn to populate into the logbook or something. So
yeah, that's quite possible, actually. Right, I'm going to quickly do a trade here. Let's see. Boink. I want... I don't need more fuel. I'm going to drop off all of my resources. Vines, the sword as well. I'm going to take all of the bread, though. Come with me, bread, and drop off all of the exotic fruit. Only leaves me with a little bit of... turns, unfortunately. I'm going to drop off the meat as well, because that can be turned into jerky or something. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Right, I'm going to head back out in the direction
okay, my expedition can go out as well. Off they go.
Now, at this point, I can make various fruits. I can make fruit pie. A well-made fruit pie will sweeten your day and keep your belly full. How lovely.
I've got rubbish stuff like greens and stew, and you've got like fruit pie. I'm coming down to your place.
Ah, you can, and that's the beauty of being able to trade. Sure, I'll pop that in there. And that is another nice thing. I've mentioned ways where the game kind of seems like it's just two single-player games that are running in the same world. But one of the really nice things that really does engage both players is the trading system. And as a result of the trading system, the collaboration in terms of research. Yes. I've researched baking. Sheilab need not research it now, but will still have the option of benefiting from baked goods because I can make them and trade them with Sheilab for something that she makes that I don't have.
So basically, for example, I can eat all your pies.
Damn it! All these people coming along and eating my pies.
Yep.
It's just not right. Right, okay. No, I actually prefer having that there, just bringing in more and more grain. We've got 27 turns worth of logs. I think we're good. Yeah. Yes, actually. Dappling, you can help with the fruit pies. Okay, ending my turn.
Cool. I ended mine a little while ago, so we should start.
Dear Lord.
What's happened?
You lose your footing and fall into a really deep ditch.
No!
You quickly realize you're not alone. That you've fallen into a viper's nest.
The vipers! No!
3 skull engagement.
Good luck.
Just kill the vipers. A 2 skull engagement. Try to climb back up before the snakes get to you. I'm gonna try to climb out. I fear that all of my villagers right now are channeling their inner Indiana Jones, which normally would be a good thing, but unfortunately.
Do you think the fact that we unlocked that healer, is it a healing place that you unlocked? And then you immediately fell into some vipers? Yeah.
That could be the case.
Is that maybe like sort of what triggers it is, like trying to make you use that place?
Might be. She really isn't strong enough. I think I am going to... Oh, wait. No, they've used their tactics card to just buff the other player. An interesting move. In fact, yeah, the best move, because it's now strong enough to take out both of my cards. Ah, you scallywag. I've lost. You climb up, but several snakes manage to bite you on the way up. Moogly Moo and Airedale have been bitten and are heavily poisoned. Damn, better leave this place before the snakes crawl out. Wow. Could have been better, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, skeletons have attacked my city. That's not good, because I've just got gatherers and crafters there, so we'll see how well they do. Start off with Kathy. Oh, they've got a Pierce as well.
Issue with poison is that my group is now going to be generating wounds. I can try and heal them, or just mitigate the damage by camping at the end of my turn so it doesn't get any worse, but it's going to be hard. I'm going to need to gather a lot of food to be able to go to the ZOD and get them to cure us. I'm actually not sure that ZOD can. I think they can only cure curses. I agree with Metaceline. Who goes and puts that amount of snakes in the pit anyway? That's just rude.
It is rude.
Outside Metaceline.
Okay, let's see how we do.
Yeah, Joshy's just confirmed that the ZOD only really help with curses. So
that's a shame.
Genuinely in a rough position here. I'm going to have to put these people back in Avakis and hope that the nature of Avakis means that they'll just heal a bit better.
Yeah.
And take 2 other people out instead. The issue here is that we haven't had the herbalist event yet. So the herbalist, for us, doesn't exist. So this entire group is just going to have to sit tight until, well, or rather, 2 people out of the group is going to have to sit tight.
Yeah, that's a shame that it gave you that event so quickly before you could really do anything to mitigate it. Okay, it seems to be going alright, the fight against the skeletons and the unliving corpse. We've got a couple of wounds, but considering it's all my crafters and gatherers that are sat in the village, they did pretty well. So I got 1 wound on Kristen and 3 wounds on Kathy Osborne, but they'll heal because they're sat in the village.
Excellent. Now, it's night time at this point, so for the next, I think it's 3 turns per phase. So for 9 turns, or it's 2 turns per phase, so for 6 turns, I can't remember. But basically there are 3 phases for day, 3 phases for night. And it's either 3 turns per phase or 2 turns per phase. So for a couple of turns it's going to be night time. When it's the dead of night, our vision radius is going to be virtually nothing. Also, most enemies are more aggressive at night than they are at the day. So be aware of that.
Okay. I found some meat over here. Some, what looks like rabbits.
Okay.
Pretty good. Might camp out and get some.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have this group... I'm going to have to wait for the herbalist, I think. Though, let me just quickly check. Who was it who got the heavily poisoned? Airedale and Moogly Moo. I could swap them over at Aavak. And I think that would be a wise move. So I'm going to camp for now. I'll just gather a little bit for this turn. But by camping, my group is going to regenerate wounds. Mm-hmm. So even though they're going to generate more wounds, they'll regenerate those the lost health initially. I
stupidly forgot to put infinite on my one of my crafting jobs, so I need to set that up again. Infinite! There we are, I'm ready to finish the turn.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll actually allow my gatherers to gather one more thing. I'm playing very, very cautiously at the moment. I do apologise.
I don't blame you. You're very hurt at the moment, so...
Still, it can't be particularly engaging to watch, but hopefully people will forgive me for the first couple of turns whilst I just build up and try to avoid any unnecessary deaths, because the deaths really matter in Thea. And
yeah,
again, that's one of the reasons I actually like this game.
So I'm going to finish the turn as well, just because I want my guys to gather some meat and they haven't gathered anything yet, so...
Yeah, it's pretty much
we just flip a turn over.
Okay.
Keep it quick.
There we are, I've got some nuts, some more grain. Let's break camp and head down here. There we are.
It's literally it's going to take them like 6 turns to get any meat. I should maybe not. I should have them as helpers.
Now, Moogly Moo, you need to go there. Airedale, you need to go there. I will be taking Isdar and... Ooh. You come across a small group of goblin peddlers carrying their cargo on some boars. One of them waves at you to come over. They do not look well armed. In fact, they look worn and tired. Walk over. Hello, fellow travellers. I am Cresio, a travelling merchant from the lower lands yonder. Points to a direction, but seeing no recognition from you, he adds, It's a tough and barren land, like most, but we call it home for many years. In any case, we had to leave. We dwelt by a river, and a plague of drowned Utpek drove us away. Yeah, these things can be tough. So what will you do now? We decided to try the journey. You know, all that nomad mantra about the road and how we're all part of it. I'm not entirely sure about it. I grew up in an orcish settlement, with science and houses and all. And to have to live like this now? But you know how it is. You find a partner, you fall in love, and here you are, on the road. In any case, we were interested I imagine. Oh, can we interest you in an exchange of goods? Why, yes, you can. Goods for exchange, perhaps. What do you have? Let's see. The Goblin shrugs. Well, in all honesty, not so much. We can trade one simple weapon. We don't have the manpower to wield it anyway, but we'll only trade that for fruit and herbs to keep us healthy. Or some leather and some animal bones. We had some good hunters a while back. We'll trade that for some metals. Or we can trade something for a blessing from our shaman. But you'll need to give us food, wood, and some herbs. It ain't easy for her to do. She will mark 2 of you with a good fortune for the road.
Nice.
So, what interests you and what can you trade? No, we have nothing. I've got nothing that I can trade with. There are 3 options unavailable because I've got none of the things they want, or I can just attack them. But I'm going to say, sorry, we have nothing to spare. Perhaps next time then. Farewell. And that's it. But I get 2 EXP for that.
I actually had an event as well, popped up at the same time. Oh. So I've got a ghost of a hanged man is seen in your village, haunting your people's dreams. He's seen coming always from the same direction and returning there after several hours of haunting. Your people wake uneasy every night, and some become cursed. Your scouts soon mark a possible location of the ghost's home. Okay, perhaps investigating it will stop the haunting. I am going to say, because that's the only option I have.
Okay.
And that's it. So now we've got a hanged man.
Yeah, I just seen it pop up on the map. I'm actually heading in that direction.
And I apparently have been attacked by snakes.
Where?
7 times more snakes.
Yeah, I see. How many?
7.
Oh, wow. Press F to pay respects.
Yeah.
That is a lot for a 4
am I dead?
Small expedition. I doubt it, but you're gonna be in a rough way. 7 is a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what I can do.
Best of luck. How's it going?
Okay, I'm just placing my cards at the moment.
How did it split their deck? Did it have 3 offense?
They've got 4 offense and 3 tactical.
Ooh, that is not good. That is right off the right from the onset. That's bad luck.
I'm just going to try and put some massive shields on my guys. I think that's the best thing I can do. Yeah. Cool. Fatoris had a pierce on his weapon, so that's almost taken 1 snake out. That's cool.
Oh, nice. So that's done a little bit to equalize things.
He'll need a shield.
Now, this is very much one of those things, as I was mentioning earlier, where being able to observe the fight, because it sounds like it's going to be a tense fight, but it's very hard to describe a fight in this game verbally because there's so much information there.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to read an event and the decisions that you're making. You can collaborate on what to pick.
It's playing all the tactical cards.
Oh my lord, so you're going to have 7 things to have to wait through?
Well, it's got 1 left.
That's rough.
I'll see what it'll do with the other tactical card, but yeah, so far it's played out all but 1 of its tactical cards onto the board.
Josh was asking...
No, it's put all of them there.
What would happen if I click on your expedition? Unfortunately, nothing at all. I cannot watch what's going on.
So I'm taking these snakes out fairly easily, but they're just getting so many turns compared to me.
Yeah.
I'm down to 3 now.
Now, for those wondering, you can mitigate the kind of waiting period and not being able to do anything, because my turn has ended. I can't do anything. I can't even look in my city. All I can do is turn on the resource screen. And you can mitigate some of that problem by coordinating when people end their turn. For example, don't click end turn until both of you are ready to do so. That way you can at least keep looking at stuff. However, these events happened after turn's end. This was on the AI's turn, for all intents and purposes, so there's no way of me avoiding this in any way. I'm just waiting at this point. And that's one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, with the way the multiplayer has been implemented so far. And I'm really, really hopeful that they implement some sort of observer feature fairly quickly.
Okay, the snakes are dead. Renard has 2 wounds and Fatoris has 2 wounds.
Okay.
So I'll just leave them camped for a turn or so.
Yeah. Right, okay, what did I just get? I got some wood, and I got some grain. Very well. Alright, the dudes. Let's decamp and be on our way. I can barely see anything. Like, it's dead night now. I can see nothing but the tile that I'm on.
There's fog everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay camped and stay doing the same thing, so I'll just end the turn, I think.
Okay. I'm going to go and check out the Hanged Man.
Ooh, good.
Right. You find the ruins of what must have been a small settlement, but it looks abandoned for at least a decade. You see the Hanged Man floating aimlessly, wailing at the sky. The souls of those who died of hanging, especially self-inflicted, are known to become damned like this, but there could be a way to help. I can choose to look for clues of what happened to the Hanged Man, or, the best way to get rid of the ghost problem is good to steal. Attack! No, we'll go and see if we can help the Hanged Man.
Oh, they meanie. Like, just attack the ghosts. Don't try and help them out of their eternal anguish.
You look around the abandoned settlement, and you find several skeletons of people, with their heads severed, as well as many funeral pyres that look very makeshift and rushed. At the center of the village, you discover an oak tree with the Hanged Man's skeletal body still swinging from a branch. I can choose to search the body or take the body down before checking it. I'll take it down before checking it. Priorities. As you search the body, the ghost appears again, but this time without the noose around his neck. Instead, you see a well-built, middle-aged man in a wide-brimmed hat with a large book and a crossbow at his side. The ghost seems much more coherent now as it speaks to you. So you've come. Good. Are you the one that cursed our people? So, how many people got cursed in your village, by the way?
I don't know. I need to go and check that, don't I?
Okay.
I can't because it's the end of the turn. I ended the turn, but I'll check next time.
Yes, we've come. You haunted our village for many nights now, and we seek to release you from this fate. Well, not my village, but, a village of a friend. It was not me. Well, not strictly. I can only hold this form for a short time. Soon I will revert back to the anguished deformity that is the Hanged Man. Driven by instinct alone, I will seek out life and haunt it, desperately trying to seek aid. Many would have slain my spirit, but now, my thanks to your patience. Yes, well, we did think about killing you, but it seemed rather redundant when it comes to ghosts, and then it is the curse you left. What good is killing a ghost anyway, eh? What happens to you guys if you're defeated? Sure, I'll say, well, yes, we did think about killing
See, this is what I always think. Undead and ghosts and things, and then you're going around killing them, and it's like, what?
How does one kill? That was
How'd
already
you kill?
dead.
Yeah, it's dead. What's going on there?
Indeed, it is somewhat redundant for you. I have no true answer for what happens to us, except that we come back with less and less of ourselves left. Every time we're slain, we lose a part of our souls, until there's nothing but an angry shell left. Damn, that's bad. So what happens if you get help, is the first option. Alright, enough sharing. How do we help you get the curse off our people? Or whatever, Ghost, we want the curse taken off, or you will lose many pieces of yourself. I'll go with the first one. If you find a way to release my spirit, well, before the darkness, my soul would have traveled through the roots of the cosmic tree into the underworld, where it could rest in peace. Now, well, at least I won't be an angry spirit tormenting people, I think. Okay, so how do we help you, and how do we help our people with the curse? I'm afraid I don't know for sure how to lift your curse. I'm fading again, and soon will become the Hanged Man. So I will tell you this. Read my diary and find a way to rest my spirit. or find another way to banish me from this fate. If you do, I promise to try and lift the curse. It looked like he wanted to say more, but his ghostly body dissolved and changed back into the Hanged Man. I can just attack the Hanged Man at this point, or look for the diary he spoke of.
Look for the diary. We've got to investigate.
Okay. Inside the man's coat pocket, you find a note, or rather, what looks like a page torn out of a diary. I can skim through or read carefully. I'll read carefully. The curse of the Striga takes hold quickly. Within days, I saw signs of these good people falling to the darkness. Only I knew what had to be done. The gods helped my soul for it. I had no other recourse but to kill those who had taken, and those who stubbornly stood in my way. I had hoped to finish the job and return to you, my daughter, but, alas, I can feel the curse upon my soul. I can hear the voice of my soon-to-be mistress calling me at night, and every night the voice becomes sweeter. Soon I will not have the will to resist, so I must act now, even knowing my soul will be damned amongst the wretched. If you shall ever find this place, I needed you to know my true fate. Check for any other information. As you examine the rope, you see it was weaved with silver, and on the ground you see a pentagram drawn with rock salt and poppy seeds, or at least that's what they could have been. All known repellents for the dark magic and the creatures of the night. The Hanged Man appears next to you and points to a map attached to the page. You see several settlements marked and one signed home. Take the map. Okay. You remember the book and crossbow on the ghost, and so you search for it near the body. You discover both objects buried under a pile of stones. From your knowledge of folklore, you remember that the Hanged Man's noose can be a strong amulet, and you also know that the poppy seeds found in the man's bag may come in handy in many rituals. You gather up the goods. Now that's pretty interesting. I think that was based on the fact that some of the people in my party had folklore skill, so we were able to divine that.
Oh, that's really cool.
Poppy seeds, which are a resource.
So you picked up the poppy seeds from the pentagram?
Yep.
Very nice.
The rope and a crossbow. The Dappling and Ambal have gotten Blessing of Willpower for 20 turns, or plus 20 willpower for X amount of turns. No, 5 willpower for a set number of turns. So they've got plus 5 will for 20 turns, and they've both gained Folklore as well. Lay the body to rest, then leave. 3 EXP and 1 research.
Very nice.
And that was a very long event. Sorry about that.
That's alright.
A new position for the Hangman has shown up on the map as well, but I'm going to camp at this point and see if I can't gather up some herbs, since herbs are generally pretty good for healing.
If you want herbs, I've got them coming out. Yeah, I've got loads of them.
Okay, that's actually cool. Thank you.
Tons and tons and tons, because they naturally spawn in my village.
Okay. I've also got a crossbow, which is fantastic. I'm going to give that to Anbal, so that they've got even more ability to support from the tactics side of the deck. Crossbow gives ranged damage, which in a fight is you can add your ranged damage to someone else's damage.
Ooh.
So it's a way of really drastically increasing the damage on a card, and this crossbow is range damage 7.
So you have a card that's like
amazing.
the boss and you need to put a load of damage onto it in one go. That's the thing for it. Cool.
Okay, ending my turn there.
And the Hangman has moved, I see.
Damn it, I've had an encounter, I'm so sorry. There's so much waiting on your side because of this. 1 unliving corpse and 2 broken skeletons. Let's begin the combat. Isda almost finished off the enemy, but it survived with 1 hit point. Never mind. Ambal can be played, and they've got a piercing weapon, so they'll apply damage in the first round. And that's it. We've won the fight.
Fantastic. Well done. That was a nice quick fight.
Yeah, got a Pavis and also some... Well, that's actually a good shield. Weighs a fair bit, but I'll keep it and see if someone else... Really? I've got another encounter? Oh my lord! Another unliving corpse and 2 broken skeletons. Alright, I've won this, but unfortunately Ambal wasn't as fortunate this time and he's going to have a bunch of wounds. And that is quite a pain, but oh well. Okay, there we go. And you as well. Then confused skeleton. There we are. I win.
Well done again.
Unfortunately, Ambal is heavily wounded and close to death at this point.
Ouch,
So
yeah. That many encounters in a row is kind of tough.
Yeah.